What if I told you a simple backyard shed could bring an entire HOA to its knees? Well, that's exactly what happened here. It all started with a man who just wanted a little piece of his own. A quiet corner in the backyard where he could store his tools, maybe even hide away from the noise of everyday life. So he built a shed. Nothing fancy, just wood, nails, and sweat. But to him, it was perfect. Unfortunately, perfection doesn't exist in a neighborhood ruled by an HOA. Within days, a letter showed up. This structure violates HOA regulations. Tear it down immediately. At first, he thought it was a joke. The shed wasn't blocking anyone's view. It wasn't noisy. It wasn't dangerous. It was just a shed. But the HOA didn't care. Rules were rules, and they demanded it gone. The man considered giving up. After all, fighting an HOA can feel like fighting a giant. But then, he stumbled across something that changed everything. While researching local property laws, he found a loophole, something the HOA had overlooked. The shed wasn't technically a structure. Not if he registered it as a temporary agricultural building. In legal terms, it was no longer a shed. It was now a seasonal greenhouse. And the HOA? They had no power to regulate it. Armed with this knowledge, he sent them his reply. This isn't a shed. It's a greenhouse, protected by state law. The HOA exploded with anger. They tried intimidation letters. They tried fines. They even showed up at his property demanding he comply. But every attempt fell flat because the man had the law on his side. Soon, neighbors began noticing the standoff. Whispers spread about how one man had outsmarted the HOA. Instead of being embarrassed, he became a local hero. But here's where it gets even sweeter. He didn't just stop at the loophole. He decided to expand the so-called greenhouse. He added potted plants, hanging vines, and even a few tomato plants near the windows. Now, the shed looked like a lush mini jungle. The HOA couldn't touch it, and every day, Karen from across the street had to stare at the very thing she tried to destroy. What started as a battle over a backyard shed turned into a symbol of victory. The man didn't just keep his space. He proved that sometimes, when you stand up for yourself, the rules aren't as unbreakable as they seem.